time for another meme video. It will be part 3. If I'm wrong, that's just gonna look bad on me, so I don't really care. Alright, so as usual, I'll be checking them out on my laptop real quick, and then I'm gonna start with Star Wars. James Earl Jones. Super smooth. A lot of Star Wars fans come up to me and ask me to say, "Luke, I am your father." And I'll remind them that the quote is actually, "No, I am your father." That's true. Then I use the Force to choke them within an inch of their life while they weep and beg for forgiveness. I love my fans. You gotta wonder if being Darth Vader ever gave him any advantages, at least on the phone. I've skipped this one the last 2 videos, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that this absolutely has to be a car thing, and we're gonna do it anyway. Man purchases 270 gallons of lube and secedes from the U.S. I'm sure it's for his car. A Florida man has seceded from the U.S. after purchasing a large 275-gallon container of lubricant from Amazon. He then declared his 2-acre property the Republic of Fapistan. I don't know what that means, I promise. Local authorities are questioning the legality of the situation. It's always a Florida man. Here's one for the sewing nerds. In case there's anyone new to sewing out there, here's a helpful diagram. This is great. We get the flux capacitor. You can't, a stitch in time saves 9. So that's vital. The blue line, you can't get anything done without that. The spinny thing, the bobinator, those are closely related, but never mix them up. The dilithium crystal, of course, absolutely vital. You need to know where that is, along with the energon cube, which for some reason is not cube shaped. That's just how they designed it. The wheel of numbers, not like the wheel of fortune, do not spin that. You get the hoo-ha, the flounce attachment, you're going to need that. Otherwise the whole thing won't work. And the arc reactor fits inside the astromech droid, and the whole thing goes into the cry hole. The quaffle, of course, goes under the uppy-downy. The unobtainium and the golden snitch work together. Of course, right in the middle, we got the bloomin' onion. And then there's 3 different parts that you have to use one right after the other, which is the Horn of Gondor. I guess that's funnier if you do a lot of sewing. Particularly if you have messed up with any of those items. This one really needs no words. It's all in the image. That is some spot-on cosplay. Heard you were looking for a stud. I got the S, T, and D. Now all I need is you. I can practically hear that in Johnny Bravo's voice. I miss that cartoon. I should watch that cartoon. I can't remember if I've done this meme before. That was bad. I really like, retrofuturism. There's a whole subreddit for retrofuturism, which is old-timey stuff that thought they knew what sci-fi was going to be like, advancements we're going to have in the future, so... Like the 1960s, thinking we were going to have jetpacks by now. No, now we have people getting on the internet to spread their flat earth message all around the globe. People who got up at 6 a.m. People who are still awake at 6 a.m. And then there's the people who have to do both. Girlfriend, do these jeans make me look fat? Me, do you promise not to get mad no matter what I say? Girlfriend, yes, I promise. Me, I smoked illegal stuff after work and sold the car. Nothing better than Klingons in Office Space. Duras, we need to talk about your flair. Galron, for instance, has 37 pieces of flair. But does that flair have honor? Her, I only date bodybuilders. Me. I love that that's not actual Frankenstein, that's young Frankenstein with Gene Wilder. Oh, that was a bit much. Sorry, kid, I'm the ether bunny. What's wrong, honey? You've barely touched your sushi. Oh, that's Nike brand, too. That's for the really fast fish. How they advertise the chair. How I use the chair. And of course, we've got a lightsaber fight happening on the TV. And tacos. That sounds like a night in. I swear, people just go into Starbucks and say random words. Let me get a grande, iced mocha, no foam, quad soy, hexagon, vortex, hypothesis with steamed ice. That actually sounds good. Paul Atreides. In Dune. In Dune Messiah. In Children of Dune. You know, the Sci-Fi Channel tried really hard with that miniseries, and there's a lot in there that I would not know because I haven't read any of the books past Dune, and I actually haven't finished the book. I just kind of know a lot from the memes groups. That's my secret shame. That stays between us, me and everybody on YouTube. Beep beep jerk face, your hot bowl of cold food is ready. I saved this for my oldest, and he then asked me if we could get a microwave that would say this. Alright, I love memes that are in this theme, and so I'm going to go ahead and say them out loud. 12 more words to pronounce as if they were the names of Greek heroes. Now, I notice this doesn't have the one that I saw first on it, which was popsicles, or popsicles. So let's just get that started off with that. Articles, Barnacles, Bicycles, Chronicles, Icicles, Intangibles, Obstacles, Particles, Reptiles, Spectacles. Wait, did I get that one right? Yeah, I did. Spectacles, Tentacles, and Vehicles. It seemed a lot funnier when I saved the meme. Dune, again. Only suave. Reminisce about the molar. What gives people feelings of power? Money. Status. Sending the new guy for a tool that doesn't exist. I need to calm down. That's pretty standard in any mechanic shop. Overbreeding is destroying dogs. This is a picture of a poodle from 1920. That poor dog. When you tell a girl you bring home 6 figures a month. I can relate. Me, whenever I take a minute to self-reflect. Got Adventure Time there. There's a lot more demons here than I remember. Best not to go there. Okay, I love this one because if you can't see, and the photo's a little bit blurry, we've got Daniel Radcliffe and Adam Driver. Darth Vader ruled an entire galaxy. Voldemort couldn't even take over a high school. This isn't so much a meme as an actual comic. I don't know where I got this one from, but it probably was for one of my kids. Cheese is life. Cheese is life. Cheese, my son. The cheese lives in me. Cheese. All the cheese. Star Wars time. Han Solo showed up on Darth Vader's Death Star hours after Alderaan was destroyed. On his ship, he carried Vader's son, Vader's daughter, Vader's astromech, the protocol droid Vader built as a kid, the Wookiee who saved Ahsoka's life, the literal Obi-Wan Kenobi back from the dead. Vader must have been very who? In the Mustafar was that guy in the vest. Then, something like a day later, he sneaks up on Vader, one of the greatest pilots the galaxy has ever seen, in what's essentially a heavily modified 18-wheeler, and shoots him in the butt. This is a comic that correctly displays exactly what happened when my kids tried to get me to play Magic the Gathering with them. Any complicated card game, basically. I'll go first to show you how to play. First, I'll play this card. It activates this card, which lets me draw 6 cards, and if any of those cards are spells, I can cast them instantly. Is it my turn now? You've already lost. I can't pay attention for those. We're back to Dune. Of course. We're always going to cycle back to Dune. The law requires that I ask if you possess any machines made in the likeness of the human mind. Nope, just my boy Thufir, the human pocket calculator. Boobs 426.9. Nice. It's always too soon. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Back to the Klingons. As always. Vulcans have always been known as the intellectual puppets of this federation. Yeah? Well, your mother's so fat she outweighs the needs of the many. Nothing like a good yo mama joke. Batman buys Catwoman a drink. Catwoman slowly pushes the drink off the table. To mark her 96th birthday, the Queen releases the first of a series of photos recreating classic prog rock album covers. Look, if Christopher Lee can have metal albums, as an old dude, she can do whatever she wants. I think it's cool. Another Aquarius person posted this on Facebook, and I felt personally attacked because it's true. Dear Aquarius, quit looking at everybody like this. Chronologically, it is more accurate to depict a T-Rex on a unicycle than to depict one fighting a Stegosaurus. Glad they put the timeline in there. Science. The Gollum Girls. Thank you for being a precious. Robin, this is not what I meant. There's a comment at the bottom. I laughed so hard no sound came out. Wish I knew who made that one. That's quality right there. I threw a ball for my dog tonight. It's a bit extravagant, I know, but he's 5. He looks awesome in a tuxedo. This was your father's lightsaber. He unalived 30 children with it. Also, I may or may not have dismembered him with it. There was lava. He was yelling. I cried. It was a bad few days. When your local library starts subtly sowing the seeds of anarchy, why not try crime? 6-year-old me, I can't wait to grow up, becomes adult me. Oh yeah. This is a picture of an asteroid crater in Arizona. Look how close it came to hitting the visitor center. What people think Australia is like versus what Australia is really like. I wouldn't know. I've never been there. My mom has, but I have not. This is a leaked photo of NASA taking the sun down for maintenance. You gotta do repairs on that sometimes. Too many flares. This one reads like bad fan fiction. I'll DM you, I said. You sit patiently, expecting a private message at any moment. There's a knock at your door. It's me, dressed in a surprisingly well-made wizard robe, arms full of books and dice. Roll for initiative, I utter. Why don't you slip into something more comfortable? Like a coma. That's brutal. The rest of the world. We use the metric system. United States. Potentially hazardous asteroid the width of 2,000 ferrets to whiz past Earth tomorrow. We'll use anything but the metric system. It's like we're allergic to it. I don't know what that's about. We're just digging your heels. Superman. Kryptonite. Makes him weak. It's his total weakness. Black Panther. Cardboard box. If I fits, I sits. I don't... Skeletor apparently has taken over my phone. Can't be helped. Today is a good day for hugs. This parking spot is reserved for people who twerk at babies. Technically, all national anthems are country music. Yeehaw, boy howdy. Wanna be a brawler, worm collar, 20-inch blades on the spice crawler. It's always circling back. Okay. I don't know how this got on my phone. Bought my son a trampoline for his birthday. All he does is scream about wanting back in his wheelchair. And for some reason in the corner we've got the Stig. I recognize at least one of these, and I can't recall from which anime. Yeah, I agree with this. Be the American the Japanese think you are. I don't know, the folks who have the money to go places are often pretty obnoxious. Or at least they seem to be pretty obnoxious and leave a lasting impression when they get there. You can't find any leaked Disney content before a movie's release. Yet a Supreme Court document gets leaked? Come on, dudes. I mean, there's a point. Stuff just doesn't get out of Disney. Several months ago, I binge-watched the entire series of Keeping Up Appearances, so when I saw this one pop up, I just lost it. Mind the worm sign, Richard. It's always Dune. Always. For Skeletor. If alcohol can damage your short-term memory, imagine the damage alcohol can do. Right, there we go again. You can always tell good breeding. That's a Benny Gesserit joke. Yeah. If you don't know this band, we can't hang out. If you look really close, there's a Star Trek joke there. Alright, this one's gonna be long. This is super nerdy though, so you may want to fast forward. Man, I hate it when people use the pronoun you as a singular pronoun in an informal setting. You is plural, unless thou dost speak to an unfamiliar person. The correct singular second person pronoun is thou in most cases. Grammar never changes. Pronouns must always stay one way until the end of time. Learn thy proper English. Kids these days. If thou this mistake should make on thine own blog, then know, villain, that thou art a dirty descriptivist, and no friend of mine. Ne'er should language itself alter, and it doth remain fixed as such, untouched by such change. Wouldst thou, vile descriptivist, that we forget the heritage of our great tongue? Nay, say I, thou art but a D-head who saith so. Heaven help me, but I'm gonna try with this last piece. Stint the clap. Clap. Can't clap it. Beoth do reteris beweedless knafen. Thy language o England defound be. Ile usned by scandalous novelry. I get the message they're trying to convey with that, but I really wish I knew the pronunciations correctly. There's only so much I could learn from trying to translate Medieval Babes lyrics. Great band, by the way. If you don't know, check them out. This was top notch. Scream crying girl and the cat. Yeah. Planet of the Apes. You blew it up. I feel this one deep in my soul. My chronic illness. Whatever the hell my doctors are doing. It's frustrating. God creating ducks. Waterproof that chicken and give it a kazoo. When you hit a pothole and your check engine light turns off. One of these days I gotta make it out to Point Pleasant and leave some beans by the Mothman statue. Well, I do reckon you're faster than a dog being chased by a rattler. And you're stronger than my mama carrying 3 babies in her arms. I done known what you are. Well, darn tootin', Biller, why don't you just come on out and say it? Mothman. Well, shoot. Ain't these them feelers of a killer, Bella? At least I got a pronunciation on that one, right? for the most part. I present to you my apprentice, Darth Skeletor. He is on loan from another franchise. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure extermination. That may have gone a little too far. I'm not taking it back. This is the chart. This is the chart that every nerd needs in their kitchen pantry for equivalent measurements. Over here, where we measure by anything but the metric system. When coworkers say, just be yourself. Why? So I can get fired? I don't know those feels. I'm super wholesome. Will I stop posting inappropriate memes? Will I work on not cursing? Will I finally stop laughing at innuendos like a 15-year-old boy? Tune in next week for the next episode of Absolutely Not. That one's a bit much. Trying to plug in the HDMI without looking behind the TV. You just gotta reach up in there and find it. The crucial fourth ice cream bowl was lost at some point, forever altering the vibe. I scream, you scream, we all scream. That's pretty dark if you don't know the rest, which is we all scream for ice cream. I don't know if that's a cultural thing, but that's pretty common here. Is the rhyme. This one's a little abstract. Milk gives me strong bones, and it's becoming a problem. Where are you getting these? Please stop. What will I say when the cops find all this? Programmer runs Doom 2 on a frozen corn dog. My kids and I were quite impressed at one point when it made the internet freak out for a couple of days because somebody managed to run Doom on a pregnancy test with a digital screen. That was hilarious. Found these under my Suburban. It's making a weird noise now. Someone done messed up. When you're eating fistfuls of shredded cheese at 3 a.m. and someone turns the light on. I saved this for my teenager who recently I sent him a text to check that everything was going fine while I ran into town with his brother. And I got this back in response. I wish I was kidding. Don't be telling me you listen to good music if you don't know who this is. Letterkenny. Okay, that's the show. I watch it on Hulu. It's Canadian. It's great. And back we go into sci-fi. Mr. Data, set a course for Flavortown. And this is absolutely me. This is me in a nutshell. Marvel fans waiting for the 20-minute long credits to finish just to watch some guy show up and say, I'm Skippy McDippy, and then cut to black. Who doesn't love a good stinger trailer? Anyway, I think I can clean all of these off my phone now. Thanks for hanging out.